Hey everyone, this is Michael again, and welcome to my review of tonight's edition of Monday Night Raw. And I thought tonight's Raw, though it was a decent show, wasn't great or perfect, though. There was some good matches. There were some, that were meh, but it was just a decent show. I really liked tonight's Raw. And Raw started different tonight. It didn't start with, like a segment or a promo. It just started with a match. And that match was John Cena versus Jason Jordan. And wasn't bad of a match. It was actually kind of enjoyable in my opinion. I mean, it was just Cena just, dominating the match, just taking out Jason Jordan, also Jason Jordan trying to fight back at Cena. Point in the match where Jason Jordan hooked a cross bar on Cena, and then just the match ended with Cena hitting the AA on Jason Jordan to score the win. So it wasn't bad of a match. I actually really enjoyed it. Then after the match, Roman Reigns ends up coming out. He says to Cena that, why did it take him 20 minutes just to beat a rookie? And, it did feel like the match took 20 minutes to end because while the match was still going on, it went to commercial. So, but yeah, it was just another roast between Roman and Cena. And Roman also says to Cena that, he's not as good or strong, and he ends up calling him a lying little bitch, which was funny. And then Cena tells Roman that he is disgusted by his face, and he starts roasting Roman. He's like, "Oh, why is your fly undone?" And then he goes on to say, "Oh, he was looking for his balls," which was funny though. And Cena ends up telling Roman that No Mercy is gonna get, Roman's gonna get beat, and he calls Roman a golden boy who wants to earn respect. And then Cena says that he doesn't respect Roman, and Roman tells Cena that he's gonna beat his ass at No Mercy, and also Roman tells Cena that he doesn't respect him, and that he's just all talk. So it was a good, little segment with Roman and Cena. Just another roast like, what happened last week. But it was funny. Then the next match, it was Cesaro and Sheamus versus Heath Slater and Rhino. Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose were on commentary through the match. And this match, it was okay. It wasn't great or perfect though by any means, but it was just back and forth between them. Cesaro and Sheamus ended up getting the win with Sheamus hitting the brogue kick on Rhino. So it was an okay match, not great or perfect. And after that, we had Renee Young interviewing the Hardys, and Jeff says tonight, you might be the new Intercontinental Champion if he defeats Miz. And Matt says that if, Curse or Bo end up getting involved, they both will go down with a twist of fate. So it was a cool little interview promo with the Hardys. So, and then that led to the next match, the Miz versus Jeff Hardy for the Intercontinental title. And this was an entertaining match. Really enjoyed this match. It was back and forth between both of them. You had Curse and Bo trying to interfere in the match. Matt ended up throwing Curtis into the barricade, and Bo then went for Matt, and then Matt was trying to hit a move on Bo, but Bo got out of the way, and the ref ended up throwing Curtis and Bo out, and also Matt. And, Matt was just like, I was trying to defend him. I was trying to defend, Jeff, from Curson or Bo end up attacking. And so it was just Maurice out there. And point in the match where Jeff was going to the top to hit the Swanton, you had Maurice tap Miz, and Jeff went for the Swanton, and Miz rolled out of the way, and eventually led to Miz taking control of the match, and he won the match with the skull crushing finale to Jeff. So Miz still retains the Intercontinental title, which knew it was going to happen. So, but all in all, it was an entertaining match, and I really enjoyed the match. It was entertaining. Then after that, we had Kurt Angle and Nia Jax. Nia complains to Kurt, why is Sasha getting the rematch? It should be her, facing Alexa for the Raw Women's title. And then Emma ends up showing up saying to Nia that, Twitter was trending about her. And then Kurt ends up making a match saying, tonight Emma and Nia will take on Sasha and Alexa. And that if Alexa and Sasha win the match, it will just be one-on-one. It will just be Alexa versus Sasha. But if Emma and Nia win, it will be a fatal four-way for the title at No Mercy, for the Raw Women's title at No Mercy. So it was a little segment, with them. Then after that, we had Enzo Amore, Cedric Alexander, and Gran Metalik versus Tony Nese, Noam, and Drew Gulak. And this was a meh match. Did not care for it. Even the crowd, didn't care for it at all. But Enzo, Cedric Alexander, and Gran Metalik got the win, where Enzo raked the eyes to Drew Gulak, and he pinned Drew Gulak to give him, Cedric Alexander, and Gran Metalik the win. So it was pretty much meh. Didn't care for it. Then we had a little segment with Sasha and Alexa in the locker room. Sasha says to Alexa that No Mercy, she's going to beat Alexa, and that Alexa will scream when she taps out. So a little locker room segment. Then after that, Finn Balor ends up coming out saying that Bray caused him to challenge Miz for the Intercontinental title. And he says to Bray that the next time he appears, he will be ready, and that he's not afraid, and that, he's got demons. And then, Bray ends up, getting on the Titantron and, cutting a promo. So it was a kind of, segment. So then after that, we had Nia Jax and Emma versus Sasha and Alexa. This was, pretty decent women's match. Back and forth between all of them. At one point in the match where it was Nia and Alexa in the ring, and Alexa just slapped Nia. That really, that look on Nia's face was like, you better get out of there, Alexa. And then, Nia just screamed that Alexa screamed, which was really funny. Then you just had Nia just laying out Alexa, with a clothesline. Then, points in the match, Sasha and Alexa were dominating because, Emma was there. But the match ended with Nia and Emma win the match, with Nia hitting a leg drop on Sasha, and Emma pinning Sasha. So now at No Mercy, it's going to be a fatal four-way for the Raw Women's title. Then you had, after the match, Nia then hits a Samoan drop on Emma. But it was a decent women's match. Wasn't great or perfect, though. Then after that, you had Renee Young interviewing Braun Strowman about him going into the steel cage match tonight with Big Show. Braun says that he's going to slice Big Show up in the cage and pin in 1, 2, 3. And he says that he is sending a message to Kurt, Big Show, and, of course, Brock Lesnar and everyone else. And he says that destruction is going to follow. So it was a little interview with Braun Strowman. It was a pretty good interview. Then after that, it was Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose versus Gallows and Anderson. Pretty decent match. Really liked this match. It was back and forth between them. You had Cesaro and Sheamus outside, and just Rollins and Ambrose just pretty much dominating later on. With Anderson in the ring. And you had a point in the match at the end, almost at the end of the match, where Cesaro and Sheamus were trying to interfere. Sheamus, got on the apron, and the ref was, just telling Sheamus to get off, and then, Cesaro, was trying to get in, but Seth ended up pushing Anderson into Cesaro, and it gave Seth, it gave Seth and Ambrose the win, where Rollins just pinned Anderson. And then after the match, Gallows and Anderson end up throwing Cesaro and Sheamus out of the ring. And Cesaro and Sheamus have their eyes on Rollins and Ambrose. And then they both, Cesaro and Sheamus, go back in the ring, and they just start brawling with Gallows and Anderson. But all in all, it was an entertaining match. Really liked it. It was a decent match. Then after that, we see Enzo, Gran Metalik, and Cedric Alexander in the locker room. They're just celebrating after their win tonight. Neville ends up coming and saying that he has good news, and that he has spoken to Kurt Angle. And he says that there will be a Fatal 5-Way tomorrow night on 205 Live, and whoever wins the Fatal 5-Way gets to challenge him for the Cruiserweight title at No Mercy. So that's gonna be pretty good to to see who wins. So then after that, we had the ref being interviewed. Forgot his name though. I think it's John Chrome. I think his last name is. I think that's how you pronounce his last name. He was being interviewed about going in and refereeing the steel cage match between Braun and Big Show, which he says what happened in April, because he refereed that their match when the ring collapsed back in April, when they hit the suplex from the top. And he just cuts an interview about what he expects. So it was a pretty cool, pretty good interview with him with the ref. Then after that, Renee Young was interviewing Big Show about him heading into the steel cage match. Big Show says he's had more cage matches than Braun, and he knows how it is to be in a cage match, and he says that he's going to crush Braun and give him a choke slam to hell. So it was a good interview with Big Show. Then after that, of course, the main event, Braun Strowman versus Big Show in a steel cage match. This was a good main event. Really enjoyed this match. Just both these guys going at it once again. They had to raise the ring up a little bit so it wouldn't collapse again if they hit a suplex. And you had at one point in the match where Big Show was on the top, and he hit a really cool elbow drop to Strowman, which was really cool. The crowd was going, holy shit, and this is awesome. And maybe 4 minutes into the match, Big Show just knocks out Strowman. I was like, wow, this is gonna be it. But then it goes to commercial, and the match was still continuing. And they were just destroying each other during this match. You had Big Show just tossing Strowman into the cage like a couple of times. But the match ended with Strowman hitting a running power slam to Big Show. So Braun Strowman ended up getting the win. Then after the match, Strowman gets on the mic, says to Brock Lesnar that at No Mercy, this is going to be his future, where he points to Big Show being laid out, knocked out, and he also says that his future sees him becoming the new Universal Champion. And then Strowman ends up driving Big Show through the cage. Big Show just winds up outside of the ring, still on the cage, just knocked out. And that was really awesome. That was really cool. So that's how Raw ended tonight. So, but all in all, Strowman and Big Show steel cage match. It was an awesome match. Really enjoyed it. It was a good main event. So, yes. Anyways, that's it for my review of tonight's edition of Monday Night Raw. Thank you all for watching. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you all back here tomorrow night for my SmackDown review. Bye.